Hello everyone, it's Lydia. So our story today is going to be based on two birds and it's called A Tale of Two Feathers, and it's a Twinkl resource, which means that it's also online, and all of the things that I've made today, the resources, you can make yourself at home too. We can show you how to do it. So, shall we start our story? Our story begins with two birds. One bird lives in the daytime and he is a blue tit and his name is Billy. Can you hear him? So Billy Blue Tit has got blue feathers and yellow feathers, and that's important for the story. So he has blue, this is the sign for blue, and yellow is the sign for yellow. Yellow feathers. And our second bird is an owl. And he's called Otis Owl. Here he is. Should we listen to him? Listen. Wow, he's a nice sounding owl. Twit-woo! And Otis the owl, if you can see, has orange and brown feathers. And you do the sign for brown here. So orange and brown feathers. And that's important to the story as well. So, shall we begin? Barod, ready? A Tale of Two Feathers. One starry night time, in the night time when you're asleep, one starry night time, Otis the owl was sitting high up in the tree in his nest. He was sitting in the tree in his nest. There he is. Nest in the tree in his nest. When suddenly he spotted a blue and yellow feather. Oh, you see these lovely feathers? He spotted a blue and yellow feather. And he thought, I've never seen a feather like this before. I wonder, who does it belong to? Who does it belong to? So he decided to fly off. Here he goes. And ask his friend Nabila Nightjar. Now, the nightjar has a beautiful, beautiful call. Would you like to listen to it? Would you like to hear the sound of Nigella? Hang on. Ready? Let's find it. Where's my bird sounds? Here, you're listening carefully. Grandach. That's the sound of a nightjar. He's also a bird that comes out in the night time. So when it's dark, the nightjar comes out in the night time and he makes that sound. So Otis the owl said to Nabila Nightjar, have you seen any feathers like this before? Do you know what bird it belongs to? I've never seen it before. And Nightjar said, no, I've not seen anything like that before. Why don't you go and ask Nigel Nightingale? So Otis the owl thought, okay, let's fly off and see if we can ask Nigel Nightingale. Swoop, swoop, swoop. Off he goes. So he finds his friend Nigel Nightingale. There he is. Nigel Nightingale. And do you know what a nightingale sounds like? It's got a beautiful voice. Shall we listen to it? What a beautiful sound, thought Otis the owl. What a beautiful sound. So he came to ask the nightingale and said, do you know who this feather belongs to? This beautiful feather that's blue and yellow. Who does it belong to? And the nightingale said, I've never seen this feather before. I don't know. I've never seen any birds with feathers like that before in the night time. Why don't you go and ask Candace Corncrake? She's a clever one. She might know. So Otis the owl thought, off I go. Let's go find her. Whoop, whoop, swoop, swoop. Off she went to find Candace Corncrake. Candace Corncrake he found in the grass. And do you want to hear the sound of a corncrake? Ready? Wow, what a funny sound a corncrake makes. Quack, 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 corncrake. So Otis the owl asked the corncrake, who does this blue feather belong to? Who does it belong to, he said. I don't know. I've never seen one like this before, he said. Why don't you go and get some rest? Why don't you go back to sleep in your nest in the tree and think about it a bit more and try again tomorrow, because the sun is coming up and it's going to be the daytime. So that's exactly what he did. Otis the owl flew home to his nest to snuggle in and go to sleep, because the night time was turning into the daytime. It was now daytime and the sun was starting to come out from behind the dark night. It was now sunny. It was now the daytime. And owls sleep in the daytime. So he settled down to sleep. But as Otis was sleeping, another bird was waking up in the morning because it was daytime. And that bird was Billy the Blue-tit. Billy the Blue-tit was going, oh, good morning everybody. Oh, I love waking up to the sunshine. I love waking up to the sunshine. It's daytime. Wakey, wakey everybody. And as he woke up, he suddenly spotted a feather. It was an orange and brown feather. Orange and brown. Orange and brown feather. I wonder, said Billy Blue-tit, who does that feather belong to? I know. I'll go and ask somebody. I will go and ask my friend Wilma the woodpecker. So off he went. Off to find Wilma the woodpecker. Do you want to hear what a woodpecker sounds like? Woodpecker sounds like this. Ready? Oh, that was quick. Try again. Tap, 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 tap. That's his beak on the tree trunk. Tap, 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 tap. So he said to the woodpecker, Woodpecker, have you seen a feather like this before that's orange and brown? Do you know who it belongs to? And the woodpecker said, no, I don't know any birds like that. I haven't seen any birds like that in the daytime. I haven't seen any. Why don't you go and ask Kia the kingfisher? She knows a lot. So Billy decided to go and find Kia the kingfisher. So off he went. And off he went to find Kia the kingfisher, who was hiding in the bushes. So Kia the kingfisher, she made a beautiful sound. Do you want to hear her sound, the kingfisher? Oh, it's a very high-pitched, pretty sound on a kingfisher. So Billy said, Kia the kingfisher, I found a special feather. It's orange and brown. Do you know who the feather belongs to? Who does it belong to? And Kia the kingfisher had a little think, I haven't seen anybody with a feather that colour in the daytime. Why don't you go and ask Bertie the bullfinch? He might know. Go and ask Bertie. So off Billy went. Off he went to try and find Bertie. Billy found her friend Bertie sitting up in the tree, and Bertie made a sound that goes a bit like this. Want to listen? Now, I've heard birds like that in my garden. Listen out when you're in your garden next time to see if you can hear Bertie the bullfinch. So, Billy said to Bertie, have you ever seen a feather like this before? It's orange and it's brown and I don't know who it belongs to. Whose feather is it? So he went, no, I don't know any birds who have a feather like this in the daytime. Why don't you go to sleep? Because it's the end of the day and you could do with having a little sleep and try again in the morning. So he thought, yeah, the sun is starting to go down. Maybe I should go and get some rest. So he started to fly back over to his nest. And guess who was just waking up from his nest? Otis the owl. So as the sun was starting to go down and the night was coming back, as the daytime was turning to the nighttime, Billy the blue tit was going to sleep, and Otis the owl was waking up. And the two of them found each other. Wow, said Otis the owl. Wow, said Billy the blue tit. I now know whose feather I found. Otis the owl said, I found a blue and yellow feather. And it belongs to you, Billy the blue tit. And Billy the blue tit said, yes, I've got a blue and yellow feathers. It's mine, he said. And Billy the blue tit said to Otis the owl, oh my goodness, it was your feather we found. It's orange and brown, just like you. Orange and brown in colours. It was your feather, orange and down. Yes, said the owl, it was my feather. But Otis couldn't find Billy, and Billy couldn't find Otis, because Otis is awake in the nighttime. In the nighttime. And Billy is awake in the daytime. So that's why they didn't see each other. So Otis said, come on, Billy, let's go for a fly in the night. And I'll show you all of the beautiful things you can see at night time and all my friends who are awake at night time. So off they went for a fly. And then they said, let's explore together. And then when it comes back to the daytime, Billy the blue tit can show Otis the owl and all of his friends too. Wow, that's going to be a long day. So they decided to join each other's worlds and to meet each other's friends, because one lives in the night and one lives in the daytime. And they found out whose feathers they were. Shall I put them back in there? So they became friends. Yeah, they became friends. Now you go to sleep in the night time like the blue tit. Like the blue tit, you go to sleep in the night time. Whereas the owl is awake in the night time. So if you're awake ever in the night time, listen to see if you can hear the owl, Otis the owl. And if you're in the garden in the daytime, listen to hear our blue tit and his beautiful sound. So you'll hear this one in the night. When you're sleeping, and you'll hear this one in the day. When you're awake in the garden. So I hope you enjoyed our story, our sensory story. And if you want to make some of the same props and the things yourself, have a look on the website and you can do some yourself instead. Thank you very much for listening to my story. Well done.